Warning: Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Somebody's got to have some sense in this world. And a lot of white folk have demonstrated eloquently that they don't have no sense. And why should we be that way?
What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can pop, 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 beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click the link in the description, go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family, first and foremost, I got to give you my apologies for my tardiness. Unfortunately, I blew a tire. And that was not, something I expected today. After coming home from work, and getting the tire blowout, it's been all over the place. Then I got here and, I set up a few things for this broadcast before I left, got back. It was all out of place, just shenanigans all over the place. So, Murphy's Law, family, whatever, will go wrong. Absolutely will. Whatever could go wrong will go wrong. So just give me one more minute, family. And while we're in that minute, I want to play our brothers. A salute to our brother, Black Truth United. Want to play the B1 Rolodex ad. So let's get into it.
Introducing the B1 Rolodex, the easiest way to search for and support FBA and B1 businesses. Hundreds of entries from the Black grassroots for the Black grassroots. Free to use, free to download, constantly updated. Trouble navigating the document? Try using the map version. Notice a business missing? Use this simple Google form to submit an FBA or B1 business. Also submit anti-Black businesses, which are now being collected in that last tab. Find resources, contact numbers, and much more using the second tab. All the info you need to start practicing group economics today. Go to blacktruthunited.com. That's blacktruthunited.com.
All right, family. Let me give first and foremost a shout out, shalom, B1 salute to everybody in the chat. Starting out with our sister Hurricane Nisi. Much love to you, my sister. Thank you for being here. Black RU is also in the building. Marvin C, my brother, is in the building. Much love to you. Our sister Kira Clark is in the building. Much love to you. Celebrate good times. Come on. Much love to you, family. Andrea Jones is in the building. Much love to you. Let's see here. Our brother DSB is in the building. Much love to you, my dark-skinned brother. Shalom. Our sister Tasting Teas with Tony is in the building. Priscilla Taylor is in the building. Shout out to you, my sister. Shout out to Miss Nisi for the 6-month membership appreciation. Wow. 6-month anniversary of the Church of Black Power. Praise the Most High. Blessing always, church. Much love to you, my sister Hurricane Nisi. Much love to you. Our brother Eddie Foster's in the building. Much love to you. Our sister Sherelle is in the building. Much love to you. Hurricane IQ is in the building. Much love to you. Elizabeth D is in the building. And our sister Mia Kim is in the building. And for everybody who's not in the chat, shout out to you. And everybody who's going to catch this in the replay, shout out to you. Now, family, let's jump into it because we got to go 100 miles of running. You dig me? I got a lot that I want to go through here in very little time. So I know I'm going to be trimming a lot of this fat real quickly. But family, tell me, I know you all have been hearing all the nonsense that's been going on with everybody coming out talking about, Black folks shouldn't be running around celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. Can't nobody who celebrated watching us get hanged tell me what we have the right to celebrate. Can't nobody who used to eat us after they would have their picnics after leaving church has the right to tell us what God wants or what the Most High would frown upon. Nobody cared about none of that while that man was alive, disrespecting, denigrating, and doing everything under the sun when it comes down to foundational Black Americans. No, we're not going to have that conversation. Y'all keep that nonsense over there to yourself. And the sheer amount of coons, dude, when I say I've unsubscribed to a lot of folks that I didn't think I would be unsubscribing to because of their talking points on this topic as well. Yeah, family, it's really done gotten there. Now, usually I don't really, care if a person leans more on the right or lean more on the left. I really don't care. If I'm following you, it's because you're bringing some sort of value to what I'm watching in your content. Anybody who's trying to now tell me or any one of us that we have to take the high road while these people laugh, mock, and do everything under the sun when it comes to Black Death, no. And I don't give a damn if I've been watching you for years. If you say anything dumb like that, oh, have a heart. He had a family. He had children. He had a wife. So did George Floyd. Jordan Neely was somebody's son. Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin. The list goes on and on. These people, the very same people that mock Black Death, are now trying to turn around and tell us that we have to uplift his life. So let's do that. Here today, this is what we're going to do. This is why I entitled this A Celebration of Charlie Kirk's Life. Because the one thing I can say, I got to give it to him. He died exactly the way he lived, as a white supremacist bigot. So let's get into some of the things that this bigot is known for. But before we do that, let's start off. We got to do the recap. We got to make sure everybody knows what's going on when it comes to all, the FBI. We're going to talk about that too, and the investigation and all of that. All right. We got to do a recap. A B1 salute to our brother Reef, as well as Quasi Black Star. Thank you both for being here. Our brother Damon Reeves in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. As well as, and I got to make sure, our brother Wild Williams is in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. And our brother John Son. Now let's get into this recap. Much love.
New images in the search for Kirk's killer.
This comes more than 24 hours after his assassination, and the suspect remains at large.
Authorities also sharing more details about the aftermath of the shooting.
You see the suspect after dropping off the building. He moved around across this grassy area.
Tonight, the latest from Utah's Public Safety Commissioner Bo Mason releasing security camera footage of the suspect coming down off the roof, climbing down the side of a building after they believe shooting Charlie Kirk.
So here's the still photographs I mentioned. These have been enhanced.
And then releasing enhanced freeze frames from on-campus security video showing that suspect with a triangular image on his baseball cap, a long-sleeve black T-shirt with an American flag and eagle symbol, and a backpack. Investigators asking for the public's help in capturing the suspect, also shown the morning of the shooting on foot in a neighborhood near the campus in video obtained by TMZ.
We cannot do our job without the public's help right now. The public has answered our call for action. So far, we've received more than 7,000 leads and tips. I would just note that the FBI hasn't received this many digital media tips from the public since the Boston Marathon bombing.
Now, there's an update on that, family. There's an update on this situation. They actually caught the guy. As a matter of fact, the guy was turned in by his own father, apparently. We're going to get into that, but I did want you guys to know they did catch the dude who apparently hit Charlie Kirk in the neck with such precision. Such precision. And I'm going to show you the guy that they said actually did it. We'll get there. Let's let this continue. Shalom and salute to us. Oh, excuse me. Shalom and salute to Sybil. Thank you for being here, family. Much love to you, as well as C. Terry. Thank you for being here.
Be advised, UVU in Orem has had an active shooter at the Charlie Kirk event. We're getting several calls. We're trying to get more information.
Chilling dispatch audio also released from yesterday morning. While first responders arrived at campus, the suspect had apparently disappeared into those woods. That's where investigators say they recovered a bolt-action, high-powered rifle. It's undergoing forensic analysis. Unfired cartridges, reportedly marked with pro-transgender and anti-fascist language. Meantime, Vice President J.D. Vance, a longtime friend, flew to Utah and escorted Kirk's body back to Phoenix, where he lived with his wife and 2 young children. And President...
Oh, family. They didn't toss this on the transgender community. They out here talking about it. Had the bullets had pro-transgender rhetoric on it. Oh, it's not about white on white crime, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about the Nabisco on Nabisco crime in this situation. No. Now it's about the trans. It's about the liberals. Shout out to Reparations Nation as well as Hebrew Native. Thank you for both for being here, family.
President Trump announcing Kirk would receive the nation's highest civilian award.
I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the
Family. This is one of the reasons why I be telling people, whoever's running around here talking about they're a black conservative or they're a black MAGA, that they need their freaking heads checked. The president of these United States is giving the highest medal of honor to an anti-black racist. Understand the gravity of that situation. That'd be like giving David Duke the highest medal of honor. As a matter of fact, it's damn near the same damn thing. The only difference is Charlie Kirk wasn't known as the Red Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan. And with all the freaking people running around here claiming to be black, who claims to be conservative, they won't mention that. They definitely won't bring that up at all. They sweep everything else under the rug. As long as they have a nice little place where they can get a little head pat or whatever. Nah. Anybody who's thinking that, god dang it, we should be for Trump, this should be a god dang red flag right in front of your face, waved loud and proud. The idiocy. Salute to our sister Cooking with Miss D, our sister I Am Kiera, as well as Breeze Omega in the building. Much love to each of you, as well as YFF Juan. Much love to you. Thank you for being here.
Presidential Medal of Freedom.
And the FBI reminding people there's a reward of up to $100,000 for information leading to the identification and arrest of the individual or individuals responsible.
Now, of course, he's still on the run. This is after there were two people that were taken into custody yesterday, soon after the shooting. Right. And then officials said, you know what, this isn't our guy. Now we have these images, this new video. Hopefully it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, and those stills and the clothing were very identifiable. So you got to figure someone is going to recognize this guy.
Hopefully we have a name soon. All right. Well, a vigil for Charlie Kirk held tonight in downtown Los Angeles. Supporters gathering at the Federal Building. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf. He's there live with more on how people are remembering Kirk tonight. Matthew? Remembering Kirk tonight. Matthew, Federal Building. Fox 11.
Family. Look at the people gathering. When I say we have no allies, we have no friends, you can always take these type of situations and see who's going to be uplifting that person up. And it's usually those people of color. Let's be very clear about it. Got to be very clear about that.
With Matthew Seedorf, he's there live with more on how people are remembering Kirk tonight. Matthew?
Oh, Marno, there were a few dozen supporters here tonight outside the Federal Building, many with heavy hearts.
It was evil that made that decision.
A somber church-like vigil in downtown Los Angeles for conservative influencer Charlie Kirk. A few dozen supporters singing and praying
that you would raise up millions of Charlie Kirks.
The day after Kirk, a father with 2 young kids, was shot dead.
Takes my breath away.
Salute to our brother Christopher Ellis. Thank you for your super chat, family. Your donation is blessed tenfold. Oh, and your Cash App. Much love to you on both sides, family. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, family. And your comment, you say he's trying to martyr the main voice asking about them fouls that shall not be named as a message to the rest of them. Yeah, family, we know that this is what he's doing. He's definitely trying to keep all eyes off the Epstein files, left and right. As a matter of fact, he was just talking about all that gang violence and all the violence that he wanted to stop in America. There was a mass puming in Colorado the same day that Kirk got popped in the neck. Why isn't he talking about sending National Guards out there? Hell, Kirk got pum on school campus. Why isn't he talking about sending the National Guard out there? That's technically a school shooting. Because it doesn't matter. Trump is only sending National Guards into places that have majority black populations in order to appease his base in the very same way that he's going to be giving this dude the Medal of Honor in order to appease his base. And this is why people in the new black media, whether we were sitting there saying, hey, Trump ain't did nothing that harms us in any way, we're not really caring. But as he's doing this, we're glad that we didn't step up. We didn't run up trying to put on a cake for Trump. He's the best option. No. This is why we set it out. Because on both sides, they're very anti-black racist. They even got new not even new videos, old videos of Trump circulating the internet as of right now, talking about the Democrats used to love Donald Trump, this, that, and the third. He was never racist until after he turned into a Republican. He ran as a Republican. And I have to remind people consistently, Central Park 5. Yeah. We do understand that it was the Democrats that was doing all this to the Central Park 5, but that does not negate or take away the fact that Trump put out that statement calling for the unaliving of those kids. So anybody who's sitting here trying to be on one side or the other, just know they don't have, I don't want to even say that in that way. Let me just say it like this. These folks don't represent us. Foundational Black Americans, we speak to the interests of foundational Black Americans. That's it. And the Black America as a whole. We ain't sitting here taking up and crying over Massa getting popped like this is freaking Django. Ain't no Stevens over here. And what happened in Django? Steven got popped too. I'm just saying. Now let's get back over here to what this woman is saying here. It seems like a tether response, but let's go.
Father with 2 young kids was shot dead.
Takes my breath away. If I were, I'd be able to breathe. I mean, you know.
No one should ever have to go through what Charlie's family is surely going through.
On Wednesday,
no one should ever have to go through what Charlie's family is going through, except unless they're Black. They don't give a damn about your family. They don't give a damn about your children when you're Black. But we're supposed to be crying and falling all over the place for an anti-Black racist. This is the mindset of these people. They want us living in the psychoses that they live in. When if that was to happen to us, Charlie Kirk would be out here literally making fun of it. He'd be using it as another talking point. Well, this is another situation of fatherless homes. When are we going to talk about and hold Black community accountable for gun violence? Even though he said out of his own damn mouth that school pumings are necessary in order to keep your rights, your Second Amendment rights. This is the man they want you fawning over. They want you to pray for his family. I'm going to be honest with you, family, and you could take this with a grain of salt. I'm not going to pray for his family, and I don't feel sorry for his family because his wife is just as much as a bigot as he is. She was at every damn event, and he was raising his children to be just as big as a bigot as he is. I do not feel sorry. Why should I? Y'all forgot? Have y'all forgot that it was men, women, and children out there watching us get hung? Cooking our bodies, eating our flesh? No. See, this is why I play this clip quite damn often.
But the axe forgets, the tree remembers. You can't have a short memory and be black. You open yourself up for attack. You got to have a long memory because you're singing a long song. Y'all feel me? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. I feel you 100% fold, like a massage. The axe remembers the tree, and the tree remembers the axe. And if you want me running around here as a tree that has been getting hit by an axe for I don't know how long he's been doing this, made a whole career off of it, created a business around it, and you don't think I'm going to remember everything that axe was doing when the axe head fall off the wooden stick? No. At what point do we consider this to be ordained? It ain't have nothing to do with us. He was talking out of the side of his neck, and somebody just so happened to send something into the side of his neck. That didn't have nothing to do with us. When are these folks going to talk about white on white crime? When are these folks going to actually talk about the real terrorists in these communities? Every single situation that's been happening with all these anti-black racists running their damn mouths, it ain't never a black person that does these things to them. It's always somebody in their own damn community. Go figure. Ain't that ironic? And that happens, as my brother Marvin C. just put in the chat so elegantly, that happens per capita. Oh boy, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up whatsoever. Salute to our brother Rashad Wallace in the building. Much love to you. Matter of fact, let me go here. This is the guy that they say shot him, which I don't know. I really don't know. However, this is who they say hit him with that precision shot. All these men here, and shout out to our sister Natural Torah, who says all these men that attempted to assassinate President Donald Trump, all Nabiscos. Okay. A B1 salute to our brother Professor Black Truth, one of our great master teachers, who says, have you noticed how the main people who we see talking about how violent black people are towards white people have never been harmed by a black person, but they have been harmed by other white people? Ignoring racial reality can be fatal. Where's the lie? Where is the lie? Family, let's go here.
We're going to go to that press conference we've been awaiting. FBI, local law enforcement. There's Kash Patel. I can't see who else is in the picture.
Now, family, I'm going to ask a question that I have not heard anybody ask. I haven't heard not one person bring this up. Salute to our sister, Star Tate Jones in the building. Shalom. I got to ask this question. Why the hell is the FBI there? Why the hell is the FBI involved in this investigation? They do not have jurisdiction. This is a state and local issue. So why is the FBI on the scene? When you start asking those type of questions and you start thinking about Trump talking about giving the Medal of Honor and all this other stuff, you know, those things are usually preserved for people who worked in the government, who worked for government, who were in the army, things such as that. When you really start to break it down, at what point do we ask, was Charlie Kirk an asset? Was Charlie Kirk put out to the mainstream as a quote unquote grassroots political commentator, but really he was tied to the government? Why is Trump waving the flags at half-mast? These are the questions that's been spiraling through my mind, family. I would like to know. Because just as well as we have COINTELPRO that they use to infiltrate our communities, do not take it likely that 9 times out of the 10, they have the same program to push narratives into the masses of Nabiscos. Shalom and salute to the Hula Gang. Thank you for being here, family. So that's my question. Why is the FBI on the scene of a crime that they have no jurisdiction in? Let's get into it.
But I'm sure that they will introduce themselves. We've been waiting for this for a long time. A lot of breaking developments tonight in terms of a recovered weapon. We have this new TMZ video that we've been airing for you. We know that they have palm prints. We know that they have fingerprints. We know that they have footprints. Let's listen in.
This evening, we have FBI Director Patel, FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino, Special Agent in Charge Robert Bowles, Governor Spencer Cox, Lieutenant Governor Deidre Henderson, and Commissioner Anderson, as well as, Commissioner Bo Mason, as well as some local partners here present with us today. Governor, we'll kick it off. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here tonight. We appreciate the media and the partnership we have with you in helping us to get information out to the public so that we can catch this assassin and hold him accountable. We are going to share a portion of a video and that we have of the suspect, as well as some new stills. Those have already been released, but we want to make sure that they get as much attention as possible so that we can get help from the public in tracking down this evil human being. So we're
okay, family. So I just wanted to play that a little bit so that I can ask that question. Why the hell was the FBI there? We're going to fast forward because I already told you that they already caught the dude or whatnot, and I'm very limited on time. So I like I said, I had so much to show you, but blowing that tire and threw me the hell off. So let's go here instead. This is after they caught the suspect.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident. This information was relayed to the Utah County Sheriff's Office and scene investigators at Utah Valley University. This information was also conveyed to the FBI. Investigators reviewed additional video footage from UVU surveillance and identified Robinson arriving on UVU campus in a gray Dodge Challenger at approximately 8:29 a.m. on September 10th, in which he is observed on video in a plain maroon t-shirt, light-colored shorts, a black hat with a white logo, and light-colored shoes. When encountered in person by investigators in Washington County on September 12th, in the early morning hours, Robinson was observed in consistent clothing with those surveillance images. Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years. The family member referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. The family member also confirmed Robinson had a gray Dodge Challenger. Investigators identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. Investigators interviewed that roommate, who stated that his roommate, referring to Robinson, made a joke on Discord. Investigators asked if he would show them the messages on Discord. He opened it and showed several messages to investigators and allowed investigators to take photos of the screen as each message was shown by Robinson's roommate. These photos consisted of various messages, including content of messages between the phone contact named Tyler with an emoji icon and Robinson's roommate's device. The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler, stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, messages related to visually watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and the rifle being unique. Messages from the contact Tyler also mentioned that he had changed outfits. I know there's been speculation as well as to the writing on those casings, those bullet casings, and I believe we have that as well. And I'll share that with you now. So the area north of Campus Drive Road where the suspect crossed over, you saw some of that in the video that we released last night, consists of a grassy area with trees on the edge of the UVU campus. Investigators discovered a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a dark-colored towel. The rifle was determined to be a Mauser Model 98 30-06 caliber bolt-action rifle. The rifle had a scope mounted on top of it. Investigators noted inscription.
Oh, that's a good question, C. Terry. RICO charges? I mean, if they were colluding, wouldn't that be RICO? Well, it would actually be conspiracy. So, you know, it shouldn't be just looked at as a lone gunsman. Shalom and salute to our sister Stolen Ancestors all day. Much love to you, my sister, as well as Sharon Thompson in the building. Much love to you, as well as Zavon Scott. Much love to each and every one of you, and thank you for being here, family.
That had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices, bulges, capital OWO, what's this, question mark." Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point."
Hebrew Native Church, ain't nobody but me gonna mention that his death was reported 6 days before it actually happened on TikTok and Twitter. That's interesting. I actually was going to bring up something very similar. As a matter of fact, let's take a little detour since you brought that up there, buddy. Let's go here.
So for somebody who writes books, how long does it take for a book to really get published? So here I am scrolling, and then I come across this on Amazon. This shit just happened 24 hours ago. How in the hell did this get published that fast? Wait, because there are physical copies as well. I was just super curious, and it got published today. But again, this event just happened 24 hours ago. How the fuck is this even possible? And I mean, I know that this book is talking about yesterday because here's the overview speaking about yesterday. Again, there are physical copies. So for anybody who writes books, publishes books, does publications, whatever the hell, I just want a little clarity because this shit is scary. Very scary. I mean, they say if something ever happened to you, your job is posted. I mean, just like that. But damn, a whole book already? I'm starting to believe this might have been staged.
Family, that wasn't my words. And you see the evidence right there, right behind her. Now, am I saying that this was a staged event? Not at all. But, you know, when do you look a horse in the face and say, hold on, I'm not getting on you? Just asking. I'm asking for a friend. Salute to our brother Still Kevin Trees in the building. Much love to you. Let's get back over here.
Point. Catch, exclamation point. Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow, Chow." And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO." We are indebted to law enforcement across the state who has worked seamlessly together, local law enforcement, state law enforcement, and our federal partners with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We're grateful for everyone who worked together in such a short amount of time to find this person and to bring justice. I want to thank the public who has been so engaged, reviewing videos, helping us with sending in tips, and helping us get to this point. I want to thank the family members of Tyler Robinson who did the right thing in this case and were able to bring him into to law enforcement as well. I especially want to thank the family of Charlie Kirk, Erica, Charlie's parents, his children. I want us to be thinking of them as we bring justice in this case. They will be involved in that justice. We will be working very closely with them as we move through this process as well. This is a very sad day for our country, a terrible day for the state of Utah, but I'm grateful that at this moment we have an opportunity to bring closure to this very dark chapter in our nation's history.
Well, family, salute to our brother Damon Reeves. He said he read it so bad that he is gay. Baldy is gay. He is gay. Salute to our sister Donna C in the building. Much love to you, family. Sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. That's just what it is. Sometimes it's stranger than fiction. Family, with all the stuff that Charlie Kirk was talking about when it came to the Jews and all this other stuff, I don't know if y'all saw this clip here I'm about to play, but Benjamin Netanyahu had to come out and speak on this too. Let's hear what he had to say, shall we?
He said, he wrote me a letter on May 2nd this year. He said, one of my greatest joys as a Christian is advocating for Israel and forming alliances to defend Judeo-Christian civilization. A few weeks before the tragedy yesterday, I called him and I spoke to him and I said, please come to Israel. I invited him to Israel.
Wait a minute. You invited Charlie Kirk to Israel? The man who's sitting here talking major stuff about the Jews. Major. You should have heard his rant on 9/11. He was invited to come out to Israel. What was he going to do in Israel? I wonder. Maybe kiss the wall? I'm just saying, just speculating. I just have to ask the question.
And sadly, that visit will not take place. But he was a defender of our common Judeo-Christian civilization. He was unbelievably excited to walk in the footsteps of Jesus here. He valued our bond, the bond between America and Israel. He did so many things to defend free speech. He had his truth. He stood up for it. But he said, you can come and debate me. He invited that debate. He certainly didn't invite the violence, the horrible violence that tried to silence him. And, this is
family, and this is another point that really gets me. All these people that keep on talking about he didn't invite violence. The man went out spewing violent, talking rhetoric every single day he went out. Putting the target on black people's backs every day he went out. Miss me with the man didn't invite this. When you spew hate in the way that this man was spewing hate, you better best believe that karma is going to come back on your ass in some way, shape, or form. Don't listen to these folks when they're running around here talking about this was a political attack. The man is not a politician. He didn't work for government. And that's why it's so goddamn crazy that the FBI was on the scene. If he worked for government, I could understand the FBI being on the scene. I can understand flags being flown half-mast. I can understand his body being flown away on the goddamn Air Force Two. Oh, we ain't got there yet? Oh, screw what Netanyahu had to say. We already know what he's saying. He was supposed to come here. He's going to give more. He didn't deserve this rhetoric, all that nonsense. Yeah, we're going to go here. This is goddamn JD Vance helping carry Charlie Kirk's corpse, or, coffin, to Air Force Two. Where they do that at with a regular civilian? Family, this is the JFK treatment. They are giving this man the JFK treatment. For those who don't know, after JFK was assassinated and they took his body, put it on the plane, and his brain came up missing. Still missing till this damn day. But this is the JFK treatment. This man did not work in government, or did he? Or did he? Yeah, family, what regular citizen, activists or anything, have been given the JFK treatment? I've never seen it in my 39 years of life. Salute to our sister Andrea Jones. His job was a cover. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I would not be surprised whatsoever. Salute to our sister Lemonade. Thank you for being here. Military honors are going to Ish. Yep. Anytime a run of the mill racist can get them, it's going to Ish. Exactly. There is really no reason for him to be getting any of these honors whatsoever. Salute to our family, Willie Bonnie. Much love to you. Thank you for being here, as well as DSA1. Much love to you, family. Thank you for being here as well. Let's get over here and hear what the hell Trump had to say about this damn situation in the Medal of Honor.
Before we begin, let me express the horror and grief so many Americans at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk have felt.
And they keep calling this an assassination, which I guess it can be classified as an assassination. Nobody's calling it white on white violence. No one's calling it what it is, which is it's actually a school shooting. No. They keep yelling out assassination, assassination. Who is the man to assassinate? He wasn't a political figure, right? I mean, it's just real interesting, the wording that these people choose to use, because that's the wording that they want you to remember. Salute to our brother Tatum, man. Thank you for being here, family.
Charlie was a giant of his generation, a champion of liberty, and an inspiration to millions and millions of people. Our prayers are with his wonderful wife, Eric, and his beautiful children. Fantastic people they are. We miss him greatly.
This is Trump calling a bunch of racist bigots fantastic people. Like how he said there was great people on both sides when talking about black folks going up against racist bigots in their town. Oh, yeah. This is why nobody puts on the cape for Donald Trump in the new black media. We call things for what the hell they are. Exactly. Charlottesville. Salute to our sister Sharon. Oh, the performative. Yep. Absolutely. That's why he's been ducking. He's been dodging and ducking, huh?
Yet I have no doubt that Charlie's voice and the courage he put into the hearts of countless people, especially young people, will live on. I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The date of the ceremony will be announced, and I can only guarantee you one thing, that we will have a very big crowd. Very, very big.
Good luck with that. Let's move forward, family, because we already know that all these people are bigots.
If you're confirmed, will you resign from the council?
All of these folks are bigots.
Thank you, Senator.
Hold the
I have
hell up.
received advice from.
I don't even know why the hell that started playing, but let's move here, family. Let's get out of there. This is what we're seeing a lot of, family. This is what we're seeing a lot of. People saying things like, just right here, she lost a husband. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. She lost a husband. Those babies lost their father. All to political violence. This don't nobody think or know whether this is a political violence. It's not political because of the fact that he's not a politician. It was just him out there spewing racist talking points. I am sick and disgusted. I am sick. I am disgusted. If you think anyone deserves this because they didn't have the same thoughts and opinions as you, unfollow me. We are not the same. No shit, Sherlock. Where did you find the clue? We're definitely not the same. Because in the very same way these same people was running around here praising George Floyd's death, they didn't give a damn about his daughter. She still to this day have to see people left and right, whenever they feel the time is right, create memes disrespecting her father. Nobody is saying nothing about that. I'm supposed to have more compassion for a person who didn't believe in empathy? He said out of his damn mouth he didn't believe in empathy, but I'm supposed to be empathetic? No. If anything, I'm happy for those children. The children gets a new chance to grow up and be something outside of a bigot. I said it. So what? If y'all can celebrate the death of every black person, whether by police violence or self-violence, whatever, you ain't got no goddamn merit or right to tell me what I should be sitting here talking about and shouldn't be bringing to light. Don't speak ill of the dead. This man didn't feel the same way. He spoke ill of the dead every chance he got. That's how he became so damn big. And if we have any Magites in the chat who hasn't, put anything into the chat yet because most of you are cowards, I have no problem dropping the link to let you guys come up and air out your grievance. Just let me know that you're in the chat. I will drop the link faster than god dang it somebody who touched a hot pan. They want us to have empathy for situations like this, for someone who said these things.
What's the point, Simone Biles? You're representing your nation, you're selfish sociopath. I just said she's probably the greatest gymnast of all time. She's also very selfish, she's immature, and she is a shame to the country. LeBron James is a self-interested, narcissistic, and we know he's not very smart. LeBron James chronically cheats on his wife, obviously. He's an NBA player. Because of DEI, it begs the question, when you see a black pilot, you wonder, you say, I hope they are qualified. If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? It almost creates thought patterns that are not necessarily wholesome. Black America was getting richer, they were getting stronger, and families were largely still put together before the Great Society, Voting Rights Act, and Civil Rights Act. 60 years later, Black America is in a worse position. I'm not saying it's because of the Civil Rights Act, I'm not saying it's because of the Voting Rights Act, but somewhere something went awry. I can name at least a dozen people more deserving in the 20th century of a federal holiday than MLK. The reason we talk about race so much is because we have a federal holiday to a guy that talked about race all the time. We celebrate the Civil Rights Act more than the American founding. And go back to the music that built our civilization. I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm gonna be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. When blacks in America did not have the same rights they had today, they were less murderous, there was less break-ins. Why is that? And the data shows they were actually better in the 1940s. So it was bad, it was evil. But what happens? A certain skin color now gets their own summertime celebration. Oh, wow, look how far blacks have come. It has now become a racial complaining day. Remember what BLM stands for? Burn, loot, and murder. Yeah, DEI stands for one of the biggest. Earn it, just so we're clear.
Can we also acknowledge, due to the laws under Jim Crow, that black people were significantly hindered from economic advancement?
This is a really important question. The data shows not really. Black Americans are poorer today in 2024 than they were in the 1950s. The disappearance of the black father has been the #1 driver of black poverty in this country. At least agree that black dads not being around is a bad thing.
Anyone's father not being around.
You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up new age term that does a lot of damage. But a lot of
y'all heard him. Y'all heard him with your own ears. He can't stand the word empathy. Empathy is a new age made-up word that does a lot of damage. So I'm only honoring the man's wishes. In the very same way his wishes was honored by, getting unalive to the very same thing that he said was necessary. Have you people forgotten that this man was running around talking about school shootings are necessary in order to keep the Second Amendment right? So he died like he lived. I think he would have agreed with the way he went out. I mean, that's just my opinion. Because if he says there's no problems with killing little kids in order to protect gun rights, oh, then he's just a martyr for his own cause, ain't he? How apropos. Just saying. Y'all let me know in the comments, am I wrong? I'm just saying.
people are going to be saying Happy Juneteenth. It should not be a federal holiday, and I'm on my way to work. See a black pilot, you wonder, you say, I hope they are qualified. If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman. I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? Thomas Sowell and Justice Clarence Thomas are far better black role models to celebrate than Martin Luther King, period. End of story. This guy is not worthy of a national holiday. He is not worthy of godlike status. In fact, I think it's really harmful. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. And the paradigm that they constituted under George Floyd, the moment that we make them have to live up to their own standard, they start to cry foul. As soon as we start to make them live up to the George Floyd standard, oh, what is Charlie Kirk racializing this? And by the way, Van Jones also has a major lie embedded into this whole thing. Listen carefully. Race.
Now, family, that's Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Matter of fact, let's go here. Okay, guess not. We'll go here.
Stop listening to rap music and this degenerate hip-hop stuff and go back to the music that built our civilization. I believe marriage between one man and one woman. We must ban trans-affirming care the entire country. I think that monogamous heterosexual marriage should be a prerequisite to adoption.
So you're comparing abortion to the Holocaust?
Absolutely, I am. In fact, it's worse. It's worse. It's worse. Like a capitalist every single day. If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. When blacks in America did not have the same rights they had today, they were less murderous, there was less break-ins. Why is that? And the data shows they were actually better in the 1940s. So it was bad, it was evil. But what happens? A certain skin color now gets their own summertime celebration. Oh, wow, look how far blacks have come. So it's Juneteenth. What exactly is going on here? Well, very few people are willing to actually call this out. From the first time that this was floated as a federal holiday, I am thankful and proud to say on this program we opposed it. This is not about out of many one. No, it's about a certain skin color now gets their own summertime celebration. The exact same thing that happens before NFL games where they play the Black National Anthem. This recognition of this as a quote-unquote federal holiday comes right out of the 1619 Project. Look who's most excited that this is a federal holiday. And they're not talking about this as a massive celebration. Oh, wow, look how far blacks have come. It has now become a racial complaining day. Now we have a full day to be able to smear and slander white America. This holiday is a wedge, and I put in quotes, holiday is a wedge, used to push for countless destructive policies demanded by BLM. And remember what BLM stands for, burn, loot, and murder. Juneteenth becoming a federal holiday is a nationalized race hustle.
Now, family, I made sure only to include clips of him talking about neutral things. I didn't want to put in the clips of him speaking about Jordan Neely or anybody like that, because I really didn't want to get too much more triggered than I'm already am. So I don't want to trigger anybody else either. That's why I included all those other clips. But just know I omitted all the clips where he's talking about people who were unalived. Now, family, with all the damn coons coming out, all the coons who came out crying all over the floor, there was one person I did not expect to see. And I'm not talking about Dr. Umar. I'm actually talking about Martin Luther King III. Came out and dropped this long ass statement here. And I'm not going to read it all whatsoever, but I'm going to read a little bit. There's a deep heaviness in our hearts for our nation today. The death of Charlie Kirk is not only a tragedy for one man or one movement, it is a wound to the soul of our nation. Sir, I'm not even reading the rest of this. I'm not even reading the rest of that. I was going to read at least half that page. I'm not even going to do that. How god dang dare you? As the son of Martin Luther King Jr., you bear his name, and you're out here sending thoughts and prayers to an anti-black, bigoted racist? How dare you? What happened to that Martin Luther King spirit? How are you sitting here talking like this about a man who spoke about your father in this way?
You were talking about Martin Luther King Jr. and said that he has a troubled past and that the Civil Rights Act of the 1960s was a, quote, horrible mistake on the part of the U.S. government. Can you talk about that a little more?
Yeah, sure, but did they tell you why that makes them unsafe?
Yes, their opinion is that, and again, speaking on behalf of them, is that if you post this rhetoric, speaking negatively.
You're speaking on behalf of whom? No Nabisco woman can go out there speaking on behalf of us. Especially when you don't even have the education or know how to. But let's let him continue. We got to hear what he had to say about MLK.
Against the Civil Rights Act that is ending segregation, that there may be actions taken because of that belief that you have.
Right, but I'm going to explain that. But did you ask them that way? So different opinions make people feel unsafe at FSU?
They believe that it has a greater movement behind it. Yes.
Right. So did you ask them, like, are you a child? Are you like an adult? And that's an insane thing to say. So a guy comes on campus and has a different worldview, and it makes people feel unsafe.
I guess to them, yes.
Because of the rhetoric you're spewing, it's dangerous rhetoric. If we were sitting there on a college campus talking about how murderous Nabiscos are, how god dang uncivilized and how savage they are, and how they're the root of every problem in America, and not just America, around the world, we would be looked at as people spewing hate. But yet you're sitting there and you're acting as if there's no historical background to what the hell you're putting out into the world. Yes, it's dangerous rhetoric. Going around putting the target on Black Americans just because you don't like us. That is dangerous rhetoric. Making up false narratives from statistics on outward is dangerous rhetoric.
Okay, I mean, they're the ones you should be going to ask the question of. Let me be very clear. The world is a really dangerous place where lots of people have different ideas. And just because someone comes and has a voluntary event and has different perspectives should make you feel unsafe.
I wonder how safe you feel right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that a bridge too far? Was that a bridge too far? I'm just asking a question. How safe is he nowadays? Shalom and salute. B1 salute to our sister Aquarius Minded. Much love to you. Thank you for being here, my sister.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so we agree. As far as what I said, yes. I mean, Martin Luther King, happy to go into it. Very troubled past, well-known rape, all that sort of stuff, right? However, on the other side,
this man just called Martin Luther King a rapist. But yet, Martin Luther King III is out here sending thoughts and prayers. He said that this is a wound to the soul of the nation. Oh, man. Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King must be turning in their graves. Exactly. That's defamation. And he didn't give a damn. He didn't give a damn about the ramifications. He didn't give a damn about Martin Luther King's children. MLK III disgraced his parents. And that's how I'm feeling. That's my personal feeling. You should send that video to King Jr. I might just have to. Let me go ahead and just leave that on the bookmark, because I might just have to do that. Real stuff. Somebody has to clear this up, because obviously that man is not thinking clearly. That's a damn shame. Let's let him continue. Let's hear what else he has to say about Martin Luther King.
Civil Rights Act, I've done this so many times, happy to do it again, when ending segregation good, going so as far to create a permanent affirmative action, basically diversity, equity, inclusion, Leviathan within the Department of Justice, that is now being used to put men in female locker rooms and men in female sports, of which the Civil Rights Act is a far overextension above its original intent. I point everyone to a book called Age of Entitlement. That's the best book that I'll reference on that. And let me just add one final thing. Do you know of one instance where the NAACP has spoken out against the lack of fathers in Black homes in Tallahassee?
I can't speak on anything.
So that's interesting. So the NAACP will make this huge thing saying Charlie Kirk is dangerous and unsafe, and yet they won't go to the Black community. Hey, we need more dads. Let me newsflash. Dads not being around in Black communities is a much bigger threat to the livelihood of Black America than Charlie Kirk coming to Florida State University for 3 hours. So maybe the NAACP should stop trying to keep on ginning up this mythology of racism in the country and go after some of the core issues of what's been driving this country and Black America towards worse and worse socioeconomic results. Thank you.
Robert, let me be very clear. Robert. I fight against both parties. This isn't a right-wing, left-wing thing. That's the problem with a lot of you. Y'all think that we're so damn slow that we're going to sit here and just concentrate on right and left. No, buddy. It's white supremacy as a whole that's the problem. And you have white supremacists on the right side, and you have white supremacists on the left. And each and every one of them get this everlasting work. In the words of our sister, Vicky Dillard. Shout out to her. So, you can take this somewhere else. Family, I don't know about you, but if somebody was talking about my father like that, I wouldn't be going to make posts like this when they're unalived. I just wouldn't. But I'm supposed to have empathy for that person. Well, here's the thing. If Martin Luther King's son has empathy for him, good for him, I guess. But I refuse. Absolutely, unequivocally refuse to do so. So now we can get into some of the Crimea River situations, because that's exactly what's happening here. Let's go to ALC.
The assassination of Charlie Kirk risks an uncorking of political chaos and violence that we cannot.
Notice how they're, even on the left, they're sitting there talking about political chaos. This is a Nabisco on Nabisco crime that happened in the majority Nabisco state. And y'all want to make it political. He's not a politician. It was one man's ignorant words that caused another man to go and pull some violence.
Risk in America.
Isn't there a problem with political violence across the spectrum?
Yeah, we're talking about Charlie Kirk right now. That's the subject of this that we're talking about right now. Democrats own this 100%. And I'm not going to let you, I'm not going to.
Notice how they're politicizing this. Democrats own this. At no point in time did you find anything that said that the young man was a Democrat. Now, he might have had Democrat talking points, but come on now. You're going to put this on the party as a whole. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. You need to be going after the Nabiscos in that party then. Leave everyone else that's a part of the Democratic Party out of it, because we know that it was what? A Nabisco who did it. Handle y'all stuff in-house. Salute Clazy K. Thank you for being here, family. Much love to you.
I'm going to let you take the conversation somewhere else.
Whatever you think of his views or my views, he was trying to engage in civil discourse on college campuses and invite people opposing views and just go back and forth.
I cried when
he was spewing racism openly. If he was saying the things about the Top Hat community openly that he was saying about us, oh, he'd have been canceled a long time ago. Don't let the little trinkets of what he has said about the Jewish community make you think that he was actually going after them. No, going after people is what they were doing, what he was doing to our community. Continuously. If he would have did that to the Jews, he would have been labeled anti-Semitic and they would have went after him. Or they should be going after him. But they know who and to talk about, who not to talk about. So yeah, it was racism.
found out he died. So all of us have got to work together and de-escalate the hate and the rhetoric in this country. And remember, we're Americans, and you can disagree in a way that doesn't end in a horrible way today, did.
People are trying to shut down free speech making like Charlie Kirk. There's no place in this society. This is what happens in third world countries.
If that's what we're going to do is just point fingers based on ideology, when a tragedy like this happens, I think we have lost our way.
I'm going to be very, very honest with you, family. Y'all remember when Trump almost got assassinated? How everybody was going online wishing death upon him? Really, it's the same rhetoric here. People are running around calling the people who are celebrating, the white people that are celebrating, disgusting and everything else. Who are making fun of this, they're calling them disgusting and everything else. And then on the other side, you have the Nabiscos on the left wishing, you know what I'm saying, who are cracking all the majority of the jokes. But they want to concentrate on us. Huh. Let's go here, family.
You kind of felt him in a way.
They were just debating about actually gun violence, and I hear like a pop noise. I see his head go back, and I see blood just start to gush out. And I turn around because it sounded like it came from behind me and above, which it sounds like.
Wait a second, family. I got a more accurate depiction here. Let me go ahead and let me go ahead and put the more accurate depiction up for you of what we think actually happened. Let's go here. This is a more accurate situation here.
DEI. When I see a black pilot or a black doctor, I always wonder, click, boom. What about black on black? Click, boom. Slavery was so long ago, maybe they should get click, boom. Well, they make up 13% of the population, but they are click, boom. What about reparations? My family didn't own slaves. Why do I have to click, boom? George Floyd was a criminal. He should click, boom.
All right, that's a little bit more accurate, don't you think, family? Don't you think? Yeah. Salute to Uncensored Truth. Thank you for being here, as well as JoJo1 and HVAC-R. Thank you for being here, as well as True Pilgrim. Thank you for being here, family. Much love to all of you. No lies told, huh? Yeah. That worked out a little bit better than this woman, but let's go ahead and let her finish.
Like everybody saying the same thing. And then I saw everybody going to the ground. So I went to the ground. I wasn't too scared because I wasn't hearing peppering at that point, but I was traumatized.
I mean, everyone could tell that something was really, really wrong. So everyone ducked. I ducked down with Emma. We were holding each other, and she said a prayer for him and his family, and then we ran along with everyone else.
It hit me when they kind of rushed to Charlie's side after he collapsed. That's when it kind of clicked in my head, and everybody started running around. Before that, I was kind of, I don't know if words like in awe, but just kind of,
shocked,
yeah, just shocked. I was just kind of confused. I wasn't sure what was going on.
I think that the school should put into place more protection, because now a lot of students are going to be traumatized or deal with trauma, and they're not going to be able to focus on their schoolwork. And I feel like it's not a safe environment to be holding events like that if you're not ready and prepared to protect the people who are coming to be in those events.
Woman, shut your dumb ass up. This man was not a public figure. He was supposed to provide his own security for his own event. This is the ignorance that these people are running around spewing, family. This is a private citizen putting on an event at a college where he knows, regardless of the fact, there are multiple people that comes to these events. Security is 100% on him. Oh, shoot. Salute Leonard Deyuda. Thank you for being here, family. Let's go here, family.
And devastated at the death of Charlie Kirk for a couple reasons. Number one, I mourn for his wife. I mourn for his children. I mourn for his loved ones. I mourn for all of those that loved him. And as a human who has empathy, regardless of your political views or where you stand on the aisle, right now it's time to mourn with those that are mourning and weep with those that are weeping. And so that is what I'm literally and figuratively doing. When I look into so much of what people love and love Charlie Kirk for, I'm like, okay, Emmanuel, your empathy is birthed from a belief that no person should die before their time, and absolutely no person should die as a result of gun violence, especially outside of war. But Charlie Kirk, he proudly stated that death.
Wait a second, Ocho. Emmanuel. Let me ask you this question. How do you know that it wasn't in God's will and it wasn't his time? How do you know that it wasn't written in the stars that it was the day that he was supposed to go? I can't stand when a person used that. Oh, it was before his time. How do you know that? The only person that would know is the Most High. And the way he went out talking about gang violence, and that was his last words. Like I said, he died the way he lived, as a bigot. You think that was a coincidence? That happened so smooth. I was thinking like, hey, there had to be somebody on the floor to tell him when to take the shot. Had to be. For it to be that clean, gang violence, boom.
By guns as a price we have to pay for our Second Amendment right. I've just been in turmoil all day. My heart is hurt. It's been heavy. It's been weeping for his family. It's been weeping for his loved ones. And I don't really know the words to share, because the moment I want to share like another senseless death because of a gun and because of gun violence, I'm reminded that some people believe, hey, it's worth it. And Charlie Kirk said, hey, it's worth it. This is, people will die by guns to protect our Second Amendment rights.
Hey, if it's worth it, then why is everybody running around here so goddamn? I can't, Massa. I can't do it, Massa. No, we sick, boss. Oh, we sick, boss. If it was worth it. Shalom and salute to our family Key Prince in the building, as well as Shabazz, American Freedman, as well as Donnell Prince. Much love to you. Thank you for being here, family. Much love. And James Williams, thank you for being here, family. I'm going to have to trim some of this fat because got about 15, 20 minutes. So let's get into it.
Guys, I need all of you. If you're watching right now, I need everybody to pray for Charlie. I see there's a couple Twitter spaces. I'm going to go into one of them so you guys can hear real-time updates. I just saw the footage not too long ago. I'm just going to join this thing right quick for you guys.
Can you hear me okay? Yes. Yes, so I'm the chairman of the College Republicans of America. I had 5 students working the event with Charlie. The latest updates we're getting from those students, one whose friend is at the hospital and one who's a state rep in Utah, have both said that Charlie has passed. And that is unconfirmed by the news. This is just the word on the ground.
Can I ask quickly, who confirmed that?
One of my...
Oh, wowzy, woo, woo. Let's go here.
You guys have my word. I promise you guys. I promise you guys. And I got to be a little bit honest here too with this. I've been reckless. I've been very reckless with a lot of the shit that I do, right? I used to work in law enforcement. I think no one can touch me.
Wait a second. Is this Myron? Is this Amaru? Is he admitting that he's a reckless piece of SO? SHIT. I mean, is he now looking at someone else's consequence and maybe taking a step back? Oh, let's let him finish.
Right? There's a lot of times where I don't even hire security. I just go out there dolo and just do it. Right? Whether it's doing the street debates or whatever. And a lot of you send me messages. A lot of you guys send me DMs saying, yo, Myron, you need security. Myron, you need security, bro. I'm volunteering to be your security. You know, you need to protect yourself, blah, blah, blah. I promise you guys, I'll start taking my safety more seriously. I promise y'all, I will do that. Because I got to admit that I have been reckless. And given the fact that like me and Charlie do pretty much the same thing when it comes to these college debates, you know, and doing street debates, I will take my safety more seriously, guys, and higher security and all that. But we need to pray for Charlie right now. I don't fucking matter right now. I don't matter. Whether you're Christian, you're Jewish, you're Muslim, you're Hindu, whatever you are, send out your prayers. I said a prayer for him right before I came on stream. My brother's doing dua for him right now.
I told y'all on Wednesday that I'm not about to waste a prayer for that man whatsoever. And I meant that. Shalom is a B1. Salute to our brother Jesse Paris. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. Family, I want to get to some of these other folks real quick. We're going to speed through these.
Crazy, because I thought we had freedom of speech in America, but looking at Charlie Kirk, I beg to fucking differ. Just because he stated his opinion, and I'm not saying I agree with every single one, but people are allowed to believe in what they think is correct and accurate. He was just about to open up and say how he does not support Israel anymore 2 days ago, and look what happened now. I don't know what this country has come to, even on TikTok. There's no freedom of speech. Is that not in our amendments? Like, TikTok just removed my video of me speaking on the Charlie Kirk situation. It's like whatever they don't agree with, or you say something that they don't like, yeah, your video's going down, or you're probably gonna get. I'm sorry, the man was 31 years old. He had 2 kids, he had a wife, he had a family, just like everybody else who has an opinion. But just because he has a platform, he very well influences a lot of people. They was like, we gotta do something about that. We gotta handle that. Mind you, this shit happens on 9/11. This shit happens the day the Twin Tower got destroyed. If that's not a coincidence, I don't know what is.
To come on social media and mock somebody's death is disgusting. And the way that you guys are reacting to this just proves all the more that there is a God and there is a devil. And if some of you guys do not change and come to repentance, your fate, your eternity will be a place that you do not want to go. And guess what? Jesus Christ himself doesn't even want you to go there. That's how horrible it is. Everybody has their differences and everybody is different. Nobody is perfect. And if you're claiming to be perfect, you're a liar. And you're saying that God is a liar. This situation has opened the eyes of many that this is really a reality, that people would rather you dead than wanting to have a good faith conversation. When people start killing people because they feel like their truth is more true, that's when you know we're in grave danger. I'm thankful that there is a God that sits enthroned in the heavens and that will judge the world. And a lot of people say, oh, there is no God. A lot of people mock it, be like, oh, you're Sky Daddy. We shall see, right? We shall see. Even the earth proclaim the name of Jesus. Even you can look at the trees, the sky, the stars, even people, and see that there's a God. But because people are delusional and people are losing it, they're given over to strong delusion because of their own sinful desires, they won't be able to see it. But that's why God is so graceful. Believe it or not, the death of Charlie Kirk will bring a lot of people to Jesus Christ. Yes, it's going to expose a whole bunch of hearts, but many people will come to surrender and many people will believe in the gospel. Believe it or not. And I'm so excited for it. So, body of Christ, don't be fearful. Forget what everybody else is saying about it. Stay locked in with the King and prepare for a great move of revival. Because, man, so many people, even celebrities, are going to come to Jesus Christ. Mark my words. A lot of people that people would not have expected will come to Christ. And this situation is going to open the doorway for a flood of revival and truth speakers. We'll see evangelism like never before because people will not shut up about the truth. Yes, the kingdom of darkness may seem like it's prevailing, but guess what? The kingdom of God take it back by force, and that's the word of God. No matter how much they try to silence us, no matter how much they try to talk down on us, guess what? We have the highest, the biggest God on our side. So it's time to get right. Let's get it.
We don't serve the same God. You don't serve the same God as me anytime you can get online and celebrate the death of a man who gave his unsolicited opinion just like you do. To fix your mouth and make jokes about this man losing his life, this man was a husband, this man was a father. But to sit up and laugh and make jokes about it when you do exactly the same thing that he does, which is give your unsolicited opinion that nobody asked you for, there's somebody out there that don't like you either. There's somebody out there that don't like your opinions. There's somebody out there who would do the very same thing to you. So to sit up and laugh at somebody who only gave their opinion, regardless of if you agree with it or not, thinking that it's okay for somebody to take that person's life and sit up and laugh about that, you don't serve the same God that I serve. A lot of y'all wonder why your life is so messed up and why you have the problems that you have. It's because you ain't got no God in you. You don't serve a higher power, and it shows. A lot of y'all are demonic. You have some evil spirits. I never listened to Charlie Kirk like that. I would see his stuff come across my timeline every now and then with his controversial takes, but I've never seen anything that he's personally done to justify somebody doing this to him. There's nothing to justify doing this to this man, regardless if you agree with his opinion or not. My prayers go out to his family. This is just a messed up situation, but it goes to show you just how far people will go when they don't like what you're saying.
Now, family, you know what I had to do when these it was all gravy. I wouldn't have said nothing if they didn't bring the Most High into this. You got one with the violins and you got another one talking about we don't serve the same God. Okay, yeah. So, you know what I do. I addressed it. Let's go here.
You don't serve the same God as me anytime you can get online and celebrate the death of a man.
Now, what you hoes not going to do is sit here and disrespect the Most High and bring the Most High into this. And when I say hoes, I'm talking about each and every one of these attention-seeking whores. It could be male, it could be female. But either way, they're looking for attention. Now, you say we don't serve the same Most High. No shit, Sherlock. Where'd you get the clue? We know we don't serve the same Most High because those people used to leave church
and they used to have picnics where they used to go and hang people that look like us, who they call pickaninnies, and then they would eat us. We know we don't serve the same Most High because we don't go after their children. Those folks target our children. You brought up the fact that he's a man, a father, a brother, and all this other nonsense. So is George Floyd, and he made sure to stay on his head the whole time he was alive on this platform. He didn't give a damn about the ramifications of what he was doing to George's daughter or nothing like that. And for those who don't know, I take that to heart. I actually went to his funeral out here. As a matter of fact, many of you are still running around here talking about how he was unalived by fentanyl, and not the video that we all saw with our own eyes for over 8 minutes. However, Jordan Neely, he was somebody's brother. He was somebody's son. But Daniel Penny was still uplifted by the same person you're speaking on for unaliving Jordan Neely, and he didn't touch nobody or physically harm anyone. Shiloh Hendricks was lifted up by the same guy for calling somebody who looks like me and you the N-word. Yeah, what you're not going to do is sit here and try to act as if we should have some sort of remorse for this person that was sitting here literally putting a target on our backs. I spit on his grave. And I know some of you out there like, damn, church, stall him out. Hell no. I won't stall him out because he didn't stall out none of us. He didn't stall out none of our people in none of the time that he was living with that platform. Every single chance he got, he would disrespect and denigrate and pass along propaganda when it came to the foundational Black community. And if the Most High don't love everybody, why should I? For Esau, I hate. And for Jacob, I love. You know what happened when the Most High told Abram, who ended up becoming Abraham, after Lot was kidnapped with his family and children? What did the Most High tell Abram? You go unalive every man, woman, and child and pillage their village and take it back to yours. So let me be clear about this. The Most High is not the same God that these people worship. And apparently, it's not the same God that you worship either. If you like pig meat, just say that then. But what you're not going to do is take the Most High's name in vain because you want to sit here and give a dog whistle to your Zeddies. Hey, look at me out here defending somebody who denigrated people who look like me his whole damn career, made a career off of it. Not just made a career off of it, but created something like Turning Point USA. How ironic that he was talking out of the side of his neck, and then somebody sent the pum pum into the side of his neck. So let me just say this and I'll end. You keep the Most High's name out of your mouth when it comes to these devils unless you're trying to exercise them. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Because if you guys haven't noticed, ever since we started delineating and started giving praise to the ancestors here, we started seeing the ancestors move very quickly on that ABK here. You got plantations burning down. You got Nabiscos getting that ass tapped, whether you look left or look right. Everywhere you look, an FBA spotlight. So at what point do we say this was ordained? That's it. And that's all, family. I'm not going to even say anything else on that. Salute to our sister, Fake Speaks Life. Thank you for your Cash App donation, family. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my sister. Yeah, family. Nobody seems to really give a damn when it comes down to this situation. But what you're not going to do is use the Most High to put over your ability to get pink meat. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that at all. Now, you can go over there and you can go and be with that pink meat all you want, but whatever consequences come from those actions, you'll have to deal with it. I'm doing a series in my God. If you're a member, you already seen I started a new series, Nabisco Horror Stories. And I guarantee you, she will be one of those Nabisco horror stories pretty soon if that's what she wants. Now, family, let me show you some of these other clips real quick. We're going to speed past these as well.
Charlie Kirk just got shot. The fuck that got to do with me? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking every single one of you right now to pray for my friend Charlie Kirk.
Fuck no. And I'm gonna stand on that. Okay. And they can get in my DM. You can get in my DM all you want every day.
This is such bullshit. I've never been so pissed in my whole life. I just murdered Charlie Kirk right here in Utah. I'm so freaking pissed right now. This is bullshit. I just saw blood squirting out of his neck.
I don't give a fuck.
Hey. If you're seeing this, it means someone has just passed away that you don't like, and you've made a joke about them passing, and I'm here to tell you to fuck you.
Bitch, shut up.
Let me just put it out here clear. If any of you are making videos on what just happened and him passing away, fuck you.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for that bitch. I don't.
I think the death of Charlie Kirk is the most momentous event since MLK Kennedy. Get your grown bitch ass out of here.
Salute to whoever put that compilation together, because that's exactly how I feel. And I have the right to. Absolutely. Let's go here. Shout out to our brother Cool Keezy.
Can I interject?
Yeah, Captain America, go ahead.
Yes, I've not been introduced yet. I'm 37, Indiana, Marine Corps veteran, rifle instructor when I was in the Marine Corps. It's a very simple shot at 200 yards.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what I was going to say too.
Really? To hit the I was going to say I regularly taught recruits how to shoot.
Yeah,
600
I've heard it all
on iron
before
sights.
from better people than you. Goodbye.
Can I interject?
Now, family, I want to read what a brother Cool Keezy said here. Cool Keezy said, they're not grieving. They're bragging about target practice. That's white culture in real time. Demons always eat their own eventually. And shout out to Dr. Kaba, because he said this several times. You know, if we wasn't around, the Nabisco would turn in on each other and go after their selves. More specifically, their women. Who are their first slaves? But let's continue. Shout out to our brother Brian Jehovah, a great friend of the channel over here, my good brother.
Why should I be empathetic to someone that would never, ever in their life be empathetic towards me? Why? Why would I be empathetic to someone that don't believe in empathy? Why? Why? Huh? Somebody tell me, why should I do that? See, I'm not one of these black people, bro. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not one of these black people that believe in a high road, believe turn the other cheek, love is love, or because you white, I need to bow down and scold my people too. I can do both. I can scold you and my people at the same time. How about that? Yeah, I'm one of them people. I'm equal opportunity over here. But why should I show empathy to a group of people that never showed empathy to me or us, for that matter? Trayvon Martin. Everybody know about Trayvon Martin. This man said a lot of disparaging things about Trayvon Martin. Even the people that support him, including black people that support him, used to post photos of his unalive body that was on the ground. They used to post photos of his body that was on the ground and make fun of it. They'll put his body like on a Jordan symbol or something like that, you know, like on the shoe or something like a Jordan symbol on how he was stretched out on the ground. I never forgot that. Ooh, I never forgot that. Or Philando Castillo on how they showed this on national TV on how his unalive in front of that little baby in the back seat. What was the empathy then for that? Huh? Where was the empathy for that baby that saw her stepdad or her mom's boyfriend get unalive right in front of her? Where was the empathy for that? I saw white people making excuses and black people making excuses and justifying why Philando Castillo got unalive. Sandra Bland. I saw the disrespect black and white people was making for her unalive or her mysterious death. I saw that. I saw that. Breonna Taylor. I saw you niggas and white people make excuses for Breonna Taylor getting unalive. It was a sister in Fort Worth. I can't think of her name right now because I'm just flowing off the top of my mind. It was a sister in Fort Worth a couple years ago. I think she was watching her nephew. And I don't know if she called the police or something, but whatever it was, she walked towards her to a window or something, and the police gunned her down, right? People was making fun of her, making excuses for her. But what was the empathy for her family? Her father passed away 2 weeks later because of it. Or a couple weeks later because of it. There was no empathy. There was no nothing. Nobody wants to say, well, what about the family? What about the kids? What about the friends? What about this? Nah, bro. I can't show no empathy to people that never show empathy to us. I ain't saying all people are bad, but for the bad, that's what I talk about. And I'm not saying all black people are angels. Some are not. There's a segment of black people that are just not angels. But that's not all black people. That's not all black people. No empathy over here. But I can understand people don't want to celebrate the unaliveness of someone. I get it. I can understand your point of view. But I ain't got to show no empathy to somebody that would not show empathy to us.
Whatsoever. Let's go here to an elder.
If you don't have anything positive to say, keep your mouth shut. I was going to take that fucking approach, but nothing's off limits, so fuck it. Charlie Kirk was assassinated yesterday. First of all, I want to say I do not condone violence, and I don't wish death on anyone. But bullets do not discriminate. And if you're going to preach hate, and you're going to rile up people, and it's going to be a political device to sit up here and divide this country, you can't sit up here and act like this shit don't work both ways. He was the one that said some deaths are necessary to keep our Second Amendment. How fucking ironic. He was the one that preached black on black crime. I'm pretty sure it was probably white on white crime, and it was in Utah. Like a boomerang. You throw it and it comes back at you. You can't be putting out things that are negative and expect not to be affected only in a positive way. Everything comes back at you sooner or later. There's no fucking immunity.
Shout out to that elder, and he kept it very simple, very plain, and he said it with very colorful words, and I loved every bit of it. Salute to FBA Combo. He said, I totally agree with this elder. You and me both. You and me both. Trust me when I say. Let's go here, family.
Mocking Charlie Kirk's death is because of his political views or his racism that he spurs. It's none of that. It's him holding you accountable to something that you're not willing to change. Y'all.
Nigga, you're on your knees for the white man. Oh my God. Holding black people accountable for what? Are you talking about the same man who said black people are better off as slaves? The fuck? You talking about the same man who laughed at George Floyd's death? What? Nigga, holding black people accountable for what? Or just being racist? What the fuck? Like, nigga, no, like this is, get the fuck off your knees, brother. What, like, calm down. Just never, like, it actually blows my mind. I didn't know there was this many fucking coons in the world. Still today, there's so many black niggas in his comments. Yeah, you're so right. They just can't take the truth. My nigga, what the fuck are y'all talking about? I don't think death is okay either. But when you saying shit like this, my nigga, get the fuck off your knees, my guy. Like, come on. And it's so ironic that this nigga is talking about accountability, but when niggas was trying to hold his TikTok buddy Scarface Mark for accountability, you was over there talking about show me some money, then you can talk. Y'all niggas don't want to take accountability for shit. So what the fuck are you talking about other black people? Oh, y'all can't take care. Like, bro, stop kissing ass. It's not that deep.
Family.
The descendants of those who gathered and celebrated the lynchings of black and brown bodies does not qualify to be my moral compass. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
But shout out to Charlie Kirk for being fucking dead though, fam. Like, shout out to him for spending his last moments bleeding from his fucking neck, struggling to breathe, as he once again tried to make the problems in America the fault of black people. Y'all, I'm so glad that that's what that nigga was doing in his last moments, because that really showed what fucking type of person he was. Fuck him, bro. And all of you niggas on here with this performative empathy, I'm being graceful by saying that y'all have performative empathy for this nigga, bro. I'm seeing crackers on this whole cry about Charlie Kirk. Nigga, you are a bitch. You bitch ass nigga. I ain't gonna lie, boy. Charlie Kirk ain't never did shit good on this whole entire life. Niggas talking about it's dark when people will kill you for what you say. Where the fuck have y'all niggas been? This is America. Duh. This is now white people is getting it. You would have been got killed for what you say in America, nigga. Now it's just happening to white people. So now y'all acting like we barreling towards a fucking civil war. Suck dick. Y'all niggas is hoes, boy. Fuck Charlie Kirk. Fuck his wife. Fuck his kid. Fuck anybody who love him, nigga. Boy, hell no. Everybody waiting for Trump to die, and I feel like that's only part of the story, bro. We too often ignore all of the people who laid the groundwork and like altered people's minds to the point where they thought that Trump was gonna be a savior for them. You know what I'm saying? What that nigga Most Def say, the world is overrun with the wealthy and the wicked, but God is sufficient of disposing of affairs. You know what I'm saying? One day you might wake up and God might be sending one of them boys to hell, bro. So just keep on keeping on, y'all. I don't know.
Salute to that brother. Held no punches, spoke his truth, and spoke the truth. So shout out to him, because what it really is, family, they're out there trying to start some stuff, and they're doing it within their own race, but also they're trying to shift the blame so that every single time they start getting into it with each other, they try to point the finger at us. Y'all notice that, right? That's what they do. That's what they do. This is, otherwise you'll be out here with this situation right here. Oh, you want to do me like that? There we go.
Fight back, white man, 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 fight back.
Now, who are they talking about fighting back against? We already know what the shooter looks like. Are you talking about fighting back against your fellow Nabisco? Because that's the biggest problem that you have, is your fellow Nabisco. Every time we turn around, it's another Nabisco killing another Nabisco, unaliving, taking them off the map, tipping over the board, you name it. It's the Nabiscos doing it to each other. So now, like I said, they're trying to politicize this so they can remove the responsibility of the Nabisco in itself. So now it's the Nabisco liberal. So now, excuse me. So now it's the Nabisco trans supporter. Rather than it being exactly what the hell it is. Nabisco on Nabisco crime. Nabisco on Nabisco behavior. One Nabisco unaliving another Nabisco, like we've had so many instances of in America. And just to show you, these folks are out here talking about fight back. They were at a visual and somebody went through there saying F Charlie Kirk, and they got on his head. They got on his scully cap. We ain't gonna play all of it, but let's get into it.
This guy's gonna get fucking so
Now, family, this is all Nabiscos out there. All Nabiscos. And they're getting active with each other. You don't see us out there at one, not one of us. Oh, that Nabisco culture. Why are these people so violent? Why can't they just get it together? Just a question. And notice, this is more the rhetoric that you're hearing out of these Nabiscos.
This video's in regards to Charlie Kirk. And this video's for the fucking liberals. It's war, motherfuckers. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. And spare me your fucking self-righteous bullshit lectures. I don't give a fuck. We're coming for you. This video's in...
Coming for who? The Nabiscos on the right? The Nabiscos on the left? What about the far left Nabiscos? You coming for all them? That's what it is? Okay. Interesting. Shout out to D. Thank you for being here, family. It's very interesting. Family, these folks are out here turning inward and going off on each other. And have y'all heard about that situation with the HBCUs? Let me play this clip and then give you my analogy of what I think is happening.
7 HBCUs had to close their doors today and lock down after violent threats following the Charlie Kirk assassination. Despite the fact that the suspect looked like this. So many people correctly theorize that this would lead to escalating political violence, and unfortunately, as per usual, Black and brown people are forced to bear the brunt of that. Hampton University, Virginia State University, Alabama University, and Bethune-Cookman University all received direct threats. Additionally, Spelman College, Southern University, and Clark Atlanta University issued shelter-in-place or lockdown orders just as a precaution. These are threats of terrorism, by the way. We don't have a motive. We don't even have the shooter yet. We have a suspect who's not even Black, but we don't even have the shooter yet. But none of that matters because this was always going to be used as an opportunity to scapegoat Black people. Because that's what white supremacism does. And Charlie Kirk was a white supremacist. This is not the first time, nor is it the last time that HBCUs will receive racially motivated threats. But this is the level of hate, of racial incitement that comes with violent platforms like Charlie Kirk's.
Well, that didn't take long, did it? But the guy that is the suspect is white. Yet somehow, it's the fault of Black people. I'm telling you, bro, traditional American history right here in the making. Let's blame the Black folk again for a white life that was lost. Not even at the hands of them. It's always blame the immigrants and blame Black people. There you have it. Now you have traditionally Black colleges receiving multiple death threats every day. His friends that are white supremacists got upset. And now they want to blame Black people. But they didn't shoot him. It was one of your own. It was one of your own people. So my question is this. What the fuck do we have to do with anything in white people business? That's the TikTok.
I got one question for him. And family, I'm pretty sure you can, gather what the question is going to be.
We? We.
That man said black, black, blackity black all throughout his video. They ended with we. Yeah, okay. Family, let me explain to you what I believe is happening, and I want y'all opinion. I want y'all to tell me what you think. I truly believe that with these Nabiscos having the infights and they're really yelling out the term, oh, the liberals have to own this, the Democrats have to own this. I believe that it was the Democrats who called these schools and put in these threats. Let me explain why. We haven't been coming to the defense of the Democratic Party. We haven't been rocking with the Democrats. So when they're seeing this fire erupt, right, where they're now seeing Nabiscos on the right talking about getting Nabiscos on the left, not only are they trying to say, hey, black folks come help us, and they know that we're not going to come and help them if they just say something. So now what they do, they put up this whole false flag of, oh, they're targeting HBCUs, so now black people can get on code and come out and speak against the alt-right and all these people talking on the right. This is my opinion. I'm not saying that's exactly what's going on here, but I wouldn't put it past them. In the very same way, when Trump was elected, we start getting those anonymous text messages talking about you must report back to the plantation and all this other nonsense. I believe Democrats were sending those messages. But family, I'm going to be honest. Whether they sent it or not, you make sure that your children or anybody you know that goes to these schools are protecting themselves by any means necessary. Now, family, I want to end here because our brother Alpha is about to go live. I want to end with this last clip. Don't let these people tell you nothing about anything that's on the moral tip when they have never had morality. Don't let these people try to convince you that you should be doing something to someone else or for someone else that they wouldn't do for you. As a matter of fact, they would weaponize the situation against your community if it happened to you. Damn all that. These people don't have the spiritual cachet to talk to me about anything that's spiritual. You don't have the soulful cachet to speak to me about anything soulful. These people honor their deviants. And you had Trump showing you that he's going to be honoring their deviant. So don't bring your ass over here trying to tell me what I should and shouldn't feel about your deviant. I'm going to play this last clip in closing, family. They're trying to get this deviant a statue in DC, in the Capitol.
They are writing up drafts to put a statue of Charlie Kirk at the fucking Capitol. Be so fucking for real right now. We write to you today with the heavy hearts mourning the tragic loss of Charlie Kirk, a patriot, father, fearless voice for conservative values. To honor this legacy, we call upon you to direct that a statue of Charlie Kirk be placed in the United States Capitol. This is not a symbolic gesture, but a permanent testament to his life's work, his courage, and his sacrifice. It will stand as a reminder that political disagreements must never be answered with violence, and that the fight for the truth must carry on. The man said that if his daughter got raped and impregnated, that she would have to carry the baby to term at 10 years old. Yes, the baby would be delivered, was his exact words. That's the legacy? That's what we're putting up statues for? I better not see a fucking statue of Charlie Kirk in the goddamn Capitol.
Family, I wouldn't be surprised if they did put up the statue, especially with Trump talking and moving in the way that he is. Like I said, at what point do we ask the question, was Charlie Kirk an asset of the FBI or CIA? Did he work for the White House? Was the nonsense that he was doing on the college campuses and Turning Point USA, because come to find out, he's not even the freaking founder of Turning Point USA. That was something that was given to him. So at what point do we ask the question, was Charlie Kirk an asset of the government? Was everything he doing just a cover? And I'll leave with that question, family, because I'm pretty sure some point in some time there's going to be more information coming out to show that he was. In the very same way that Epstein was an asset. But with that being said, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up that algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click the link in the description. Go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. Family, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here. And I think we've come to the consensus that nobody has the right to tell us how we should feel, who we should grieve for, or anything like that, especially when the person that they're speaking about is an anti-black bigot. Stone cold racist. And like I said, since they didn't want us celebrating his death, we celebrated everything that he talked about in his life. And as I stated earlier, I still feel nothing. The man should feel honored because he died as he lived. An anti-black bigot. Salute to everybody who donated, whether by Cashapp, Super Chat, PayPal, anything like that. Much love to all of you. Thank you to all my mods. Thank you to all my members for being here. Thank you for everybody who's going to be in the replay gang. And with that being said, family and friends, make sure to keep your head on a swivel and always keep the hammer at the ready. Power tools. Make sure you're protecting you and yours. With that being said, family and friends, the doors of the church are now closed. Peace, family.
My grandfather built this country, man. He fought wars for it. And most places he went wouldn't let him sit down and get a cup of coffee. I can't even catch a cab in New York. You know, it doesn't matter how many degrees I get. All you people see is color. Your grandfather was an immigrant. You're American. My grandfather was born here, Duke. And you people still look at me as just another nigga.
I know that the government, whatever, can't stand us black people. He's doing everything in the world to make black man be extinct. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Us black people going to survive. So fuck everybody. I'm off.